books here that I've been thinking about incorporating into a video or some videos for quite a while. The main reason I haven't made a video with these in yet is because they're all so good. I'm not sure which one to kind of start with. You might have seen some of them before. I first found this one. I live in Bristol in England, and one of the kind of tourist traps is an old ship that kind of absolutely destroys its history, but they have a kind of museum on board, and one of the things that I found is this big beautiful book, and I didn't actually get it then because it was, I think I just purposely didn't take any money with me or something, but it's here. And so is a kind of matching one, Botanicum. Did I ever say Animalium? I think I did. And also one that I didn't actually know about until I started looking for these. And then I kind of saw other kind of people's pictures of it, and the kind of like look inside section on Amazon and everything, and there's also a story of life book. Yeah, they've got absolutely gorgeous illustrations inside, and I thought it would be really nice to kind of look at the books with you. I'm hoping to read from Lord of the Rings again soon, because I'm still getting requests to carry on with that. But for anyone that's not into Lord of the Rings, or kind of books where you need to read from chapter 1 to the end, then hopefully one of these will kind of be of interest. So as I said, it took me a long time to decide which one to first look through with you. These two are more kind of, they give brief history about kind of categories of this one, obviously the animal kingdom, and Botanicum 1, flora and fauna. But it's very big, which is one of the main reasons I'm thinking of beginning with the story of life one. But they just have gorgeous sections. This one is called Amphibians, and I think, yeah, all of the illustrations in all three books are done by the same girl. So yeah, they basically describe the kind of category of animals, and then they give different species and a history of the species. Yeah, they're just really, really beautiful. I want to show you every page, but maybe we can. Maybe if people seem interested in this, we can start a kind of series. So I've briefly showed you the Animalium one. So I'm going to just quickly show you the Botanicum one as well. And then there can be a kind of vote maybe in the comments or whatever, whether you want me to continue with the story of life evolution book, or the Animalium one, or the Botanicum one, or none of them. Yeah, I thought some of you might be kind of interested in being put to sleep by the beautiful illustrations of nature. So one of the sections in Botanicum, I'm going to try to find one that really sells it. I'm going to say this one just because I think I actually know how to pronounce it. This is called the giant sequoia. And it basically just gives a kind of description of it and where you'll find it, how long they live for, what the history is. Even down to the tree, the female cone, the leaves, the wood and bark. Yeah, they're just really, really beautiful illustrations. This is a wildflowers section. So, these are gorgeous. This is just called grasses. So, obviously, it would probably take me a lifetime to show you all of these books and all of the kind of contents and pages. But, yeah, I thought I'd just start this by kind of hopefully getting your intrigue, piquing your interest in those books. But then if you find that you're enjoying this one, which is slightly different to those ones, then yeah, just let me know. But as I said, this one is a lot smaller, so a lot more kind of convenient for showing you in a video. I have a plan of how to show you those ones if you do want to see. But while I'm in this room, because I still have it for another day or so, I wanted to take the time to show you this. So this one is very different to the others. It's a fold out one. I think I've left it. No, I opened it right. Okay. So yeah, it's a big, long kind of accordion style book, almost. It starts in Precambrian era, 3.7 billion years ago to 541 million years ago, with species, I guess, such as cyanobacteria, acritarch, Vavelixia, Dickinsonia, Sprigina, Funisia, and Charnia. So, I can't find it. It's like an advent calendar almost. So that one is Charnia. I like number 8. Number 8 is one that I purposely didn't say because I didn't think I'd be able to pronounce it. So number 8 is choanoflagellate, which is the first example of multicellular living in animals. I like that one. That one's funny. Oh, that one's hard looking. So yeah, you basically open it in that kind of order. And that's cute. Really cute colours. And obviously as time gets on, that's interesting. That's number 40, which is Dimetrodon, an early synapsid, the group linking reptiles and mammals. And then it goes into Permian and Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous. That's funny. So number 78 is Procoptodon, prehistoric kangaroo. And then first kind of relation to a human, Homo habilis, one of the earliest species of the Homo genus. And then finally, I thought they would carry on onto kind of Homo sapiens. But the bit that I want to kind of talk with you about is at the back. They have a lot more words and a lot less pictures. But then when you open up the back of those those pages from before, it kind of goes into a lot more detail. So I thought I would just start by reading you a page, and maybe if you're interested in this, then I can carry on reading through all of the periods, maybe a few each episode. Or if you seem interested in being shown the actual kind of animals and species, then I can show you that. Or like I said, if you're interested in one of those books, then I can kind of talk through those with you. But I'm just going to start on the first page. So, the story of life, evolution. What is evolution? Evolution is a scientific theory of how living things gradually change and develop over time to form new species. This process is driven by natural selection, whereby the organisms best suited to survive in a natural environment pass on their traits to the next generation. The theory of evolution by natural selection, first developed by Charles Darwin and Alfred Russel Wallace, links all life on Earth back to a single common ancestor in a process of change which is still going on today. From the Earth's formation 4.6 billion years ago to around 541 million years ago is the first period, which is the Precambrian period. During the billions of years of the Precambrian, the Earth formed and cooled. Volcanoes belched out gases, rocks formed from volcanic lava, and the oceans condensed from atmospheric vapour. It is thought that life first appeared in those mineral-rich waters as simple chemicals spewed through vents in the ocean's crust, and reacted with one another to form more complex compounds. Some of these molecules then combined and developed the ability to copy themselves, using the complex chemicals DNA, RNA, and proteins, the building blocks of life. The next step was the protection of these chemicals with a membrane to form the first simple organisms. One of the first of these simple organisms was a species of bacteria called cyanobacteria, blue-green algae. Made up of single cells, they produced oxygen using photosynthesis, which gradually built up in the Earth's atmosphere, paving the way for new forms of oxygen-breathing life. Rock structures, known as stromatolites, were formed by sediment, such as mud and sand, becoming trapped between mats of cyanobacteria. These structures released yet more oxygen into the atmosphere. Gradually, these early life forms developed into something more complex. The first real evidence of this was discovered in the fossils of the Ediacara Hills of Australia. They gave scientists the first look at the multicellular animals that populated the Precambrian seas, such as Sprigina and Phoenicia. They were mainly frond-shaped, worm-like, soft-bodied creatures. So, that is a cyanobacteria. I think I'll read the Cambrian period. Is that in focus? I hope so. The Cambrian period saw an explosion in diversity of life on Earth, and the arrival of many major animal groups still alive today. Most of these lived in water. Many, such as mollusks, worms, and sponges, lived in the shallow seas. What sparked the incredible burst of new life in the Cambrian period is not clear. Perhaps there was more oxygen in the atmosphere, or perhaps a warming climate had something to do with it. Many of these new arrivals were hard-bodied arthropods, the ancestors of insects, spiders and crustaceans. Their hard bodies offered them both a defence against other creatures that would otherwise use them for food and a framework for supporting a larger body. A group of these new arthropods were called trilobites, the first animals to have complex eyes. They left their mark with a huge number of fossils, ranging in size from a single centimetre to more than 70 centimetres in length. Examples of many of these were found at the Burgess Shale Formation in British Columbia, Canada. The fossils here have been almost perfectly preserved and contain imprints of not only the hard parts of their bodies, such as shells and teeth, but also the muscles, gills and digestive systems, giving experts important clues as to how these creatures lived. Because soft body parts were preserved at this site, scientists have been able to study other invertebrates here as well, such as Cumulus spongia, a large purse-shaped sponge, closely related to the type of bath sponge still harvested today. One of the most fearsome hunters in the Cambrian seas was Anomalocaris. It had a hard outer body and ate trilobites and other arthropods, worms and mollusks. As these hunters evolved, so too did their victims. Wiwaxia lived on the seabed and developed scales and spikes to ward off predators. Similarly, prickly hallucigenia, stood on 7 pairs of legs and had 2 rows of spikes on its back. It was totally blind, and so relied on its spikes for protection. So that is the hallucigenia, and this is the Anomalocaris. So there's still several more periods to go through, and all of the kind of illustrations to show you as well. So as I said, let me know whether this book seems like one that you'd like me to kind of finish all the periods, or either of the other two, or not. But yeah, I just really wanted to show you this, and I'm glad that I had a chance finally. But yeah, thank you for watching, and let me know what you want in the next one, and I'll see you